Let's go!
Let's go indeed! What's going on, guys? My name is ADC Arteza and welcome to today's drawing video. I'm so sorry I've been late with these videos. I've been busy, I've been working, I just moved into my new house and I'm super happy to be here. And yeah, I didn't want to rush this piece. I actually wanted this piece to look pretty damn good and I think it did. It's actually my third time doing this. The clip that you're seeing right here is actually the first sketch. So this is actually the first time I did it, and as you can see, the face is sort of screwing around on me here, and it took me like 45 minutes to get the face right. It was a really long task to do, but yeah, at the moment I'm just messing around with things. The shoulders are too narrow. You know, I'm rusty. I've been in hospital. I'm really rusty with drawing right now, and I'm just trying to get back into it. But I do clean it up as we go, and as you see, I start to clean it up a little bit and start messing around with some things. And I just want to talk about the movie a little bit here, guys. I really want to talk about that clip and just, you know, what that clip means and how awesome of a moment and how underrated that BoJack movie is. So I will go into this drawing a little bit more as we go on, but I just want to chat about that for a little bit because I like that movie. It's one of my favorite movies from Dragon Ball Z, and it's really not talked about at all, and I just love it. It's the first time after Cell that we get to see Gohan be Gohan. We get to see that sort of Super Saiyan 2 come out, and the maturity of Gohan. We don't see that childish, whiny kid Gohan that I hated, and that one that was full of self-doubt. I mean, he has it in this movie, but he's a bit more cocky in this moment right here as he's fighting. Then he gets his, you know, he gets kind of bullied and beat up a little bit. Then he gets his self-doubt, but he's a bit more cocksure at the start, and I like that. I really like that version of Gohan, and for me, that is just why Gohan Super Saiyan 2, just Gohan in this sort of time of his life. I guess he's not a teenager yet. I think he's like 12 years old or something. But at this point of his life, this was my favorite form of Gohan, and probably my favorite character in the series. Maybe Kid Buu tops it a little bit. But yeah, so this moment here was really just a powerful scene for me. And it got me giddy as a kid, and it still gets me giddy as an adult. I still, you know, I see it and I'm like, damn, that's awesome. And I had to draw it. Even just being a static pose, as you can see here, I'm trying to figure out the shoulders right now. I don't know, I'm really rusty. It's really difficult. I got my new art set up as well. I hope you guys like it with the sort of the table I've got. It's a really expensive table, so I like it. You hear that? That's good wood. But yeah, yeah. So I'm just messing around, trying to get into it, and I actually really like the way it's looking right now. I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. And I should explain why this is also my third time. The one that you're gonna see here, the final result. Basically, as you see here, I start to ink it, and once I've done the inking, I start coloring and messing around with it, and just as I finish it, I tried to do something new, and I tried to use my Arteza watercolor brushes to do some aura, and I probably should have practiced knowing that I haven't drawn in such a long time. Completely screwed up. Went horribly wrong, and I had to scrap it. I'll throw it up on screen so you guys can see the horrible abomination of a black background I did. Bleh. But yeah, so what I had to do was get my Gaimon tablet and my light pad, sorry, and yeah, I just retraced over it and just continued from there. So the inking you see right here is the final inking, but then I just trace over this inking a second time because I needed to do it again. And actually I messed up the next one because I picked up the wrong color pen, and then I had to do it again, and we finally got the result we wanted. And oh, I like it. I think it's good, and this is sort of part of the ADC Remastered series. I think I might put this in the Remastered category because I haven't done a Remastered episode for a long time, and I do plan on doing them again. I had to move first because they're just huge drawings. They take a long time to do because I do a full background with them and everything like that. But you know what? I'm gonna put this as the Remastered series. I think this justifies it. I think this can go in there. I'll just drop it in a category. I won't name it in episode. There you go. How's that? So, yeah, as you can see also, the hands are a little bit dodgy right now. So I do extend the hands when I go tracing over it with my light pad. You know, that's what I like about a light pad. And that's why I recommend you guys should get one. Because you can just alter mistakes. If you make a mistake, you can just change them up. There's a fly on my microphone. These things are really annoying. During this whole drawing, I'm getting these little fruit flies. Because of where I live. Now we live sort of like in a forest. You get these flies that just, they're everywhere, and they love the alcohol in these pens. So yeah, I'm doing a skin now, and I probably should mention, I'm leaving a lot of white areas because you just need that intense glow. And I'm using a blush, a dusky pink, and a dusky rose, I believe it is. They're my new skin tone colors. Love them. I think they work perfectly together. They really are good. So there you go. I also did something different here, and I like it. A variation of lines. As you can see, my line work there, I did a variation of thickness, and I think it looks glorious. I mean, the inking for me is the best part of this entire drawing. Once I color it, you know, the variation of lines, you don't notice it too much. It's there, it's subtle, and it is definitely better than if I kept all the lines the same size. And I think that is a key thing to do. I think that's something you should work on doing, is just get a variation of lines. The way I do that is I use my fine liner and I just expand where I need to expand them. And it's also good for mistakes. You know, if you save that until after you've done your coloring, you can correct any mistakes you want by just expanding some lines. But it also gives you a bit of a safety net if you have some big lines in some big areas, especially the areas where two colors cross over. So wherever the skin kind of meets the clothing, I like to do some thick lines there, because if my pens for some reason bleed into it, then I have a safety net. I can sort of just, you know, I got thick lines there, so it's not really going to get through it. So that's good like that. For the clothing, I'm just using like an amber, a bright orange or something. I don't know, what am I using for the clothing? I think I'm using amber, gold, sunflower, something like that, or amber, bright orange, and burnt orange. I think are the three colors I'm using. I'll put them in the description down below so you guys can check them out. Yeah, that's a bright orange right there. And then the next one I use is the burnt orange to do the deep shadows. Also, I had some issues with my pens. Yeah, there's the burnt orange. So when I was doing the blue, I did a sort of like a china blue. And to do like the dark areas of the blue, I used an indigo blue. And my indigo blue spits like crazy. It's the old Promarker, and they spit like hell. So I had, yeah, this thing. So it was a real chore. That's why you can see my hand all over the thing. I'm trying to protect the orange and stop it spitting. It did a little bit, but I managed to save it with some of the aura I add and things like that. So we got there in the end. And I'm using some black as well to get those deep tones. I don't know what happened with that light right there. I sort of forgot to do my auto light thing on. But yeah, I mean, I got nothing more to say about this drawing. I think this drawing all in all just looks pretty fire. I really like it. I really think the results are good, and it's a nice way to come back to something. And yeah, I didn't plan on talking the entire drawing, but I think I will talk the entire drawing because it's been a long time. Update, streams will begin soon as well, so we can do some stream, guys. We can, you know, play some games, do some drawings together. You guys can leave requests and stuff like that. Might do a giveaway in one of them. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to work on it and see what we can do. I got new internet now, so we can actually stream properly. Yay! Regarding the hair right here, I'm actually using a Primrose, which is an unusual color. It's a really faded out yellow. It's really nice. So yeah, Primrose is my base. Then I use a yellow. You can use Canary as well. It doesn't matter. You can use yellow Canary, any sort of yellow. To do the next stage. Oh no, I actually use lemon as my next stage, sorry. Then I use that, then I use like my gold sunflower, and then I just go over it with a Praline as my deep shadows. So those really dark areas you can see on the tips of the hair are Praline. And I went for a more realistic hair. I wanted to just, you know, with part of this remastered series, I just want to just change some things up. And as you'll see at the end, you're going to see a side-by-side comparison. You're going to see exactly what I've changed up. And I just feel that the old animation, you know, gets leeway, because the old animation was, what, it's 30 years old now. It's really old. So that gets a leeway, and it still holds up today. I mean, the quality, it's a hit and miss sometimes. Specifically, this clip right here that I'm using, I mean, it's a bit of a hit and miss. However, you know, you got to give it some slack, because it is 30 years old. I mean, they're not working in today's standards. But yeah. So the hair, it looks pretty good, right? I like it. I love the effect. I think leaving the background white as well was a really good idea. If I would have added anything to the background, I think it would have lost the balance between the colors. And that is what happened when I did it black. I'm yawning again. I am tired. But I think that's what happened when I added the black background on the other one. The contrast got thrown off. Everything just got thrown off. It just looked a bit sucky. But there. Also working with lights, yeah, you just have to figure out where the light tones are coming from. So obviously with Gohan right here, they're coming from sort of like the sides areas. So with the sides, I just want to sort of add a shadow to the tip of his shoulders, and then just down the center of his body, you need a casting shadow. So that's why the light's coming in. And look at this effect that I get here, guys. I love it. I'm using my Arteza watercolor brushes, and if you want to buy some Arteza products, I do have an affiliate with them. So there's a link down below. If you click with the affiliate and you buy on that, I do get a little something out of that. So you'll be helping a starving artist. Yay! But yeah, I do some smoke here, and the way you work with these pens is I just dip them into water, as much as you need. You just dip them in, and then I just lightly press them down and just move them along, and you get this beautiful smoke effect that just looks, it looks so smoky. I love it, and I wanted to add that effect. I just felt like adding a bit of smoke to it would make it just a bit more epic, like a steam. And I actually got the idea from watching Attack on Titan again. You know, I'm watching it again because I'm loving it, and Yeah, just the steam, I just love the effects and things like that. I've got some white pencils here, again from Arteza, and I'm just working on adding some details around there. I don't want to go crazy with it, I want to keep it quite smooth, because it is part of a remaster, so I don't want to add too many harsh details and things. And yeah, then I start adding some aura. So that is the drawing, guys. You're going to get to see a clip of it side by side in a few moments, but yeah, I do add a little bit of electric as well. Not Super Saiyan 2 electric, but a little bit of sparks, just to say, you know, he's intensifying. His anger's building, and he's getting ready to fight. This is Gohan. This is the Gohan I miss. Oh god, I understand him being a family man now, I do, and I completely understand that, you know, he doesn't need to be a fighter anymore. I know we as fanboys who watch the series, we don't need to see it as real life and whatever, but, you know, we gotta respect the fact he's a man, and he got a kid, and he's married, and let him retire, let him do his thing. He doesn't have to fight anymore, guys. Plus, it's the Goku show, so who cares? Right, so we are coming up to the end, and you guys can see the comparison of the drawing, and let me know what you think. Did you like this drawing? Would you like to see more of this drawing? If you have ideas in the future of things you'd like to see, then let me know down below. And leave a like on this video, because it really does help out the channel, because I like getting likes. And no, it does, I like it. And I do read every comment, so leave a comment down below, and I will probably get back at you. Actually, it keeps me entertained as well while I'm traveling to work, so leave comments. I like reading them all. Yeah, I don't need any harsh criticisms on this, guys. I worked hard, damn it. I will see you in the next videos. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.
But you forgot one thing. I'm my father's son!